Well, it's scrappy stuff so far, but both players celebrating the meagre successes.
Well, Hoffman's okay. He's clean through through 6. He's got himself a double. He's pacing over the 200 mark. Anything over 220 or 230 is likely to win this game. Enjoyed that one and told everybody in the centre as well. Very easy. Looked rather relaxed. Absolutely ripped the rack. Fantastic shot here. Great lot of concentration on his face. Those eyes burning into the lane. That ball burning into those pins.
So Belmonte really left with just a few frames to try and recover his composure for the second game. Might try a few experiments here.
Well, he certainly did, because he threw that ball way wider to the right. In experimentation, as you say, I think he accepts the fact that this game is over. He certainly needs to find something for game number 2. Otherwise, he's going to be staring defeat in the face. And he got up and had a look at Jason's shot there. Let's give him some advice. He's made a spare, and the crowd like it. Well, certainly the young girls in the crowd like it. But anything that Jason will do, they would applaud, I'm sure. You see how straight that spare ball is. Takes the 10-pin away nicely.
Andrew Frawley. I think he did a spell as the coach of Kuwait, was it, Cass? And he's back in the Australian fold now.
Yeah, Kuwait or Qatar, one of the two.
But certainly a talented player, but he's clearly a very good coach as well if the Australian team have taken him on. Well, Belmonte's found an angle on the left-hand lane. It's the right-hand lane that he seems to be struggling on at the moment, and 191 is the maximum available to him.
Hoffman, meantime, back on the right-hand lane, working on a strike. Can't quite keep that 10-pin out. That's the awkward pin we call about the carry of these pins. Hit the pocket and hopefully they'll all go. If they don't go, it's a carry contest. Who's going to hit that pocket the most and carry all 10? Well, that looked pretty much a good shot, didn't it? It's the speed, the rotation, and the angle has to be perfect if you're going to kick those pins out. 279 high game for Bill Hoffman this week. Average 229. Previous World Cup entries, he's finished 11th and 3rd in 2000 and 2003.
Now this, I think, is a problem with Hoffman's game. We've seen him bowl a lot, Cass, and I think if he just stayed a little quieter, especially when he's up, then that might do him some favours. I think he loses a bit of concentration when he indulges in that. It's very entertaining, but I'm not sure Jerry Edwards is going to find it so entertaining, the coach.
I kind of hear what you're saying, but Bill's been doing this for years and years, and this is why he's got the nickname of the Joker. He will have a laugh and a joke with the crowd and himself. But this is a world final, and he was happy with that. You heard the words, okay.
He's doing more commentating than we are at the moment, is Hoffman. Been so solid, so consistent throughout the collegiate system, and then into American amateur bowling. 227, the maximum available to him. But when you compare Hoffman's record in recent years to that of Belmonte, it just doesn't compare. Belmonte with some big wins in 2006, 2007.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Internationally, he's been absolutely everywhere. Collected quite a lot of air miles.
Oh, they're trying to shout that 10-pin down, but it won't go.
No, it'll make as much noise as they like. It will wobble, but won't go. So he's going to have to shoot a spare. This game is all over. Hoffman will have won it. Well, Jason actually backs that ball up. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, a bit of trick shot stuff there.
And it's another open frame, so, well, 159 there. You can see he's bowled it from left to right, and it hasn't worked. Bit of showmanship.
Well, nice new pins for this final, and as most of the bowlers will tell you, that the edges are a little flatter and a little sharper. The pins maybe don't go as easily.
Yep, you're quite right, Simon. Yeah, flat bottoms. High through the head pin. Leaves himself just the 6 and the 10 pin.
He'll be all at sea, though. He's got some serious work to do in the second game as Belmonte if he wants to stay in this final.
Yeah, some major adjustments. He's not going to break 150. And although the Australian flag may be flying, certainly hasn't helped him on this game.
Well, that really is, by Belmonte's standards, by any of the bowlers' standards at this competition, that's a pretty poor score. Huge hook on the last one to leave an absolute stinker of a split, but he'll be grateful that this is not an important frame.
It's all over. Not even the shouting can change anything there. Not very happy, those two guys, are they? Two of the top players in the world, the two top Australian players. And Bill Hoffman has just taken game number 1. Fortunate little strike there, first ball of the 10th frame, so he's going to get 2 more shots. Characteristic pose of Bill there, 2 hands up. Almost acknowledges that it was not quite right, but got away with it.
But it'll only count as 1 on the scoreboard at the end. Belmonte by no means out of this competition.
Yes, it's not an aggregate score of the pins, it's game 1 against game 2.
That's when the World Cup gets brutal, isn't it, Cass? Because so often in the qubicaAMF World Cup, seed number 1 loses to seed number 8 in the quarter-finals. We've had that on a number of occasions.
Yes, that's it. You bowl your heart out all week, you amass huge scores and can get chopped back in just 1 game come quarter-final time.
The American, though, looking very relaxed. Certainly talking a good game at the moment, and coach Jerry Edwards will be very happy indeed with her charge.
Strike for 227, which it is. A very acceptable game and a good starter for the Joker.
1 game up then for Bill Hoffman against his Australian opponent Jason Belmonte, and for the moment the Aussie 1-2 looks like it might not be on. Jason Belmonte in all sorts of bother in that first game, could not find a line on the lane. 147 for him, plays 227 for Bill Hoffman, and the USA lead by 1 game to love. But plenty more action to come and plenty more chances for Belmonte to get himself back in it. We'll have game 2 after the break.